Welcome to another episode of Cardi Kitchen. Today is about making a homemade dough for your delicious pizza. Simple ingredients. All right, we're going to start with 3 cups of flour. And I sift my flour, and the reason I do that, sifted flour is lighter than normal flour, and it makes your ingredients mix better. So I just go ahead and I do the first cup this way, and then I'll just do 2 cups completely in there and sift it because I don't like getting flour all over my face. And you know, flour with water and anything is, you know, you sometimes you might have to add a little bit. You might have to add a little extra water, but we'll do the flour first here. And then we're going to add our ingredients. This is a tablespoon of, half a tablespoon of salt and a half a tablespoon of sugar. And I take my Rapid Rise. Now I use Rapid Rise yeast because it only needs to sit once. You don't have to sit there and proof it twice, 3 times. I use a cup of water, and you got to make sure your water is about 120 degrees. You want it very warm. You don't want it too hot because it'll kill your yeast. Now they tell you with Rapid Rise you don't need to put this in water, but you know what? Over the years that I've been doing this, I still put the yeast in the water and I just let it sit there and of course I'll stir it just to get it activated. But I have found that sometimes if I don't do this and then I put it in the dry and mix all the dry, then the dough kind of becomes a little more stiff instead of like pillows. You want your dough like a pillow. All right, let's go over to the blender here and let's get our ingredients mixed. I do the dry real quick with my spatula, and I just let this go for about just about 10-15 seconds just to mix the salt and sugar. And then I add olive oil. What olive oil does in my dough, or all doughs really, it helps the bread kind of get golden brown. It makes it look nice. Now you can add other things. You can add garlic, you could add pesto, you could add anything you want to enhance the flavor of the dough. That's up to you, and you can add it right now or when you get the dough and after it's done proofing you can add some stuff, but it's best to do it right now. Then I just take the, almost didn't do a hook or warrior here. You gotta get your hook on here, your dough hook. Make sure you lock up everything. I usually use a number 2 speed, and then I just add the nice warm water. And again, you can do that Rapid Rise dry, but I'm just telling you, I have found that it hasn't worked. This is going to take about 1 minute to 2 minutes to get completely mixed, and then we're going to take it out. We're going to knead it and stick it in a bowl, a greased bowl, and let it proof. So this is what your dough should look like in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes on the blender here. So this looks like it's ready to go. You just turn this off. And what you should be looking at is pretty much a clean bowl, and it's going to be a little sticky. So what you're going to need though is you're going to also take a little bit of olive oil, get your bowl ready, and you just grease your bowl because this is what it's going to rest in. And then you take a little bit of flour. Sprinkle it on there. Now, I want a little pesto in mine because I love the flavor of pesto. So I'm going to just take my dough here. I'm going to make a little well here. And I'm going to get the pesto I made from my last video. And I'm just going to take a little scoop here. I'm just going to pop it right there in the middle. That's it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fold this in, because I remember I told you you could do this during the kneading process, but you got to knead anyhow. So, and then you become Hulk because you got, green hands. But I'm telling you, the flavors that you're going to experience with this, with pesto is just wonderful. It's an explosion of deliciousness. So you're going to need this. I just need this probably, a good 30 minute and 30, minute and 40, whatever it takes.
Great forearm workout.
It is a great form, yeah. This is my cardio.
Cardio on Cardio Kitchen.
And you shouldn't have, no dough should be sticking to your hand, but you got a nice little green ball here. You just make it into a good bowl, and you stick it in the bowl. You can use you can use a towel. Most people do. I have my little bonnet that I put on here, and then you're just going to place this in a warm area and let it rise. You can use this dough within 20 minutes. There's no, like I said, there's no proofing. You don't have to knead this again and put it back in. This is a rapid rise recipe, so you can, once it's risen, you're going to punch it down. And if you remember from my very first video of how to make a pizza, that's when you can use it. Well, this is the end of Cardio Kitchen. Thanks so much.